Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Alan Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 134, Basic AutoCAD for Interior Design, in our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. All right, if we look at the upcoming events, Chapter 9 is due on Sunday. Chapter 9 is in the main splash page here. It dealt with this exercise of the conference room where you'll go through and put in the chairs. And there's a couple more pages to it where you have to put in this telephone and a couple of plants and things like that. The geometry is in the module 9 information, and everybody seems to be doing fine. And so just wanted to touch on the due dates for that. 10 is a pretty big chapter, and we released that and developed that. And so that's our chapter for today. As we go through and we go to the Contents tab, Module 10 is to create this hotel suite project, and they call it Tutorial 4. Our learning objectives are to use Design Center to insert the furniture blocks, use layers, and change properties. And so as we go through, we'll go through and start using Design Center as a content population tool, I guess you would call it. And so they have these hotel suite blocks from the publisher website that we downloaded and put there for you. And so if you click on that and you download those and you open them, these are the blocks that you'll be using for the exercise. And then if we come back here to the teacher files that we're using, the first part of the exercise is to go through and use our floor plan. And this is our regular floor plan that we've been working on throughout the textbook. We've got our bathroom, and then we've got our bedroom and the living room. I go back through and turn off the dimensions. We've got the viewports set up and scaled at 1/4 of an inch equals a foot. And then the way that the textbook works for this exercise is that in chapter 10, we'll go through these different commands: zooming, panning, offsetting, rectangle, line, and we've used many of these before. And then what they have us do is to turn off everything except for the structural details, and then to create these blocks. And so we'll create these blocks of the end table, coffee table, countertop, and they don't necessarily have to be blocks, but I would put them on a block layer. And so we've created a video for you for that. But essentially what they do is they put all the furniture that the other blocks are going to use. And so end table, countertop, coffee table, desk, dresser, and then when we open up those blocks from the hotel suite, we'll have the chairs and the couch and the curtains and things like that. So part 1 is to go through and to create the drawing with these different block kind of holders or block symbols. Create the door for the closet. And then part 2, we'll open up those blocks using Design Center, and then we'll populate the drawing using Design Center. And we have quite a bit of content. Al's got some specific content that I'd recommend that you download that we might use some part down the line, where he's got this just huge Design Center library full of everything from appliances to furniture to other things. But the way that this works is if we take a look at the D2L, here's the video for part 1. Chapter 10, Hotel Suite Project. And you'll have to excuse me, I had a cold. And so we walked through, it was just a splash from a different page. As we go through putting in these different details, we'll put in the desk, countertop, closet door. My AutoCAD's been acting up on me. Dressers. And so we put this onto a block layer, and then we just followed the textbook in part 1. And then if we come back here to our teacher videos, we look at part 2. We basically go through and I show you how to download the hotel blocks. Then we'll switch over to the blocks view. And once we open the blocks view, you can see all the content. And then you just drag and drop it according to the instructions from the textbook. And so we'll drag in the bedroom set. And then we'll place those different items of furniture in the room. And then what we did was we used a separate layer of blocks for furniture, and then blocks 1, where we were able to then toggle on the nightstand. And what I did was I would convert those to the furniture blocks layer. And then we turn off the blue blocks layer. And then we would add the other furniture items like the lamps on the end tables. And so we go through, here's some other items that we add into the drawing. And the author basically likes to put everything on like a layer 0, and then after they have put all the blocks in, we'll create the layers and then put things on those layers. And so here's the layer format that they want us to use, where you'll create these layers within our drawing: fixtures, format, furniture, miscellaneous structures, and viewports. And then you'll set those up according to the line type and color and line weights that they specify in the textbook. And that's basically that exercise for chapter 10. If we come back to our main splash page, that'll be due the 13th. It's kind of an ambitious date, but as we're going through, the course will be moving along rather quickly. Alrighty, Al, is there anything else that we want to let the students know before we end the Zoom meeting and take some questions?
No, that's about it. We want to make sure that they understand that we're at the Skokie campus 2 days a week for sure. Sunday for sure at 9 o'clock in the morning, and in P132. And Wednesdays also about the same time. And in P132, we stay there until about 1 o'clock both days for extra help or handouts or whatever they need done.
Right. So if you're getting behind or if you're stuck, which I don't think anybody is, everybody seems to be moving along, but if you do want some in-person help, Sundays is a great day to kind of get out and get some extra CAD help. So with that, I'm going to end the Zoom classroom meeting. I'll post the recording and we'll open things up for questions.